scary Santa Baking, who was just 10 years old, was very angry with her mother Olivia because he shifted from New York to Chicago a week before Christmas, and Baki was missing her old home and all her friends. To improve her daughter's mood, Olivia thought of taking her to a toy shop on Christmas Eve evening and getting her her favorite gift. Took Olivia to several toy shops and she didn't like anything. A few blocks from his house, as he was walking back home, sitting in a corner, she asked her mom Alia to stop the car at a toy shop. Becky saw her favorite board game in that toy shop. When he went inside the shop, there were different toys all around him who were very beautiful. But Olivia found one thing quite strange, that apart from her there was no one in that shop. But the toys inside that shop were so beautiful that even Olivia became a little girl after looking at them. While she was exploring the shop, she suddenly realized that fear was not with her. He searched for his daughter throughout the store, but he could not see her anywhere. He also tried to go to the counter and ask for help, but there was no one there either. Scared, she was searching for him everywhere, calling out to him. When he hears the sound of an old man laughing loudly, he looked towards the voice and saw that he was sitting on a chair in a dark corner of the same toy shop. An old man wearing a Santa Claus costume was laughing loudly, and his daughter Becky was sitting on that Santa's lap. As soon as Olivia saw that Santa Claus, that laughing mold suddenly became silent, but he raised his eyes and started staring at her. I was feeling a strange nervousness after seeing that Santa. She did not feel comfortable being in his lap, so she shouted and asked her to come near her. But Baki did not answer his mom Olivia. When she reached Santa to take her daughter from there, so she overhears her daughter telling Santa that she took olive oil away from her friends for Christmas, and that's why she doesn't like her mom at all. When Alia heard this, she looked towards Santa, so Santa had a very scary smile on his face. Talia immediately removed her daughter from Santa's lap and started walking out of the store. While going out, Bahiki was turning towards Santa, but as soon as Olivia turned towards Santa, she looked at him. Then he started laughing loudly in his terrifying voice and suddenly disappeared into the darkness while laughing. Seeing him disappear like this, Olivia became absolutely terrified and quickly put the rest in the car and left from there. Olivia's husband, Tyler, was in another city for a very important business meeting, which was just a few hours away from Chicago. As soon as she reached home, Olivia called her husband Taylor and asked him to come back home quickly. Taylor said he would be back home by night. As night fell, Olivia locked the house from inside, and at night she made her daughter sleep with her in her room and tried to sleep herself. It was late at night, and he had just woken up when he started hearing the sound of Bijith laughing, and simultaneously he started hearing a song. Chul equals crushed sack. Dek opened his eyes in fear, and what he saw gave him goosebumps. The same Santa was standing near the window in his room, who saw him in that toy shop. Someone was swinging a small daughter by tossing her in the air with great force, and when she saw him, she screamed loudly out of fear. Hearing her scream, he turned towards Saint Olivia and started singing the same song in a louder voice. Becky, whom he was swinging by throwing her in the air, fell to the ground in midair. Without thinking anything, Olivia picked up the injured Baggy and started running to get out of the house. As soon as she came down the stairs, she saw the same Santa coming towards her from the front. It seemed as if Santa's appearance had changed, and he was looking very scary. And he also tried to save himself by throwing plates and plates lying on his dining table at him. But they all passed through that Santa and nothing happened to him. Olivia was completely terrified and had no other option. So she broke the glass of the window of her house and jumped out of the window with Becky and ran out of the house. She made her daughter sit in the car and started the car. But then she started feeling that someone was strangulating her. When his eyes fell on the review mirror of the car, that Santa was behind him and was strangulating him. That Santa told a crying Becky that her present this Christmas would be her mom's dead body. Olivia started having trouble breathing, and slowly her eyes started closing when she opened her eyes. So her husband Taylor and daughter Becky were sitting near her, and he was trying to bring him to his senses. Taylor also had some neighbors with him who came to save him after hearing the noise in his house. And then she was found lying unconscious in her car. It was he who got him admitted to the hospital. When he heard the whole story of the expenditure, he told that the tow store where he had gone had been closed for many years. Many years ago, a madman used to work in this same tow store, who was angry at people's homes on Christmas Day as Santa Claus and used to scare them for his own fun. One day, on the night of Christmas Eve, some boys harassed her. To scare him back, Firecrackers were lit in his auto shop and his shop was locked from outside. One of the crackers burst in the gift wrap and Christmas tree section, due to which his entire hobby got burnt and Hussein also died in the same fire. It is said that since then, every Christmas Eve the ruins repair themselves and look like a ton off to some people. And if someone goes to that toy shop and asks for something from that Santa, then that Santa goes to that person's house and takes his or any family member's life. His neighbors told that there have been many such incidents in that area where people have seen that scary Santa. Hearing all this, Bolivia considered herself lucky that she and her daughter survived that night. After this incident, he also shifted his house. But Olivia would hardly ever be able to forget the face of that terrible Santa. If you liked our story, then subscribe now